Okay. I'll wait to see. Trying to put this in like the best where you can see it. So I am working on this little table that I recently picked up. It's got great bones. It's solid, but obviously the finish, the finish isn't great. So I am taking off the rest of this finish, but I just had to get on because and share this. I just love this sander. I did put in the description, I put the link, and I do have a coupon code with them, but I just wanted to kind of show you how well it works as I'm doing it here. It's super loud. You hook it up to your shop vac so that I'm here in my office doing this, and all of the sanding dust goes into your shop vac, which is another like selling feature for me because I can do these during the winter here in Iowa when it gets too cold and I just can't be outside. Today it's supposed to be raining. And so it all goes into the shop vac. So it is loud. So, but I just wanted to share, I'm just going to do a little bit of it. So I'm going to turn on the shop vac first, and then I'm going to turn on the sander and just kind of go over a few areas. But I would highly recommend, even if I am going to paint this table, but even if it, like the finish wasn't like this, I would definitely suggest always doing a scuff sand on any furniture that you are flipping for your home or to sell. Just because the entire process of like painting it and the makeover itself will just be so much better, and the outcome will be so much better. So okay, can you guys, it does say I'm live. Okay, if you guys can see me, just go ahead and push the hearts. Oops. So I'm just gonna do this though. So I'm gonna turn on the shop vac and this, so it is gonna be loud. Sorry about that, but I just kind of wanted to show you. And then your buttons are right here. You have a plus and a minus, and then the on button. And then you just hold it here. But you guys, I mean, look at, and all of that sanding dust is going into my shop vac through the hose. I don't know if you can hear me talking, but. So it's so satisfying. It's like when DIY projects like this go this quickly or go this smoothly, it's like the most satisfying thing because it's instant gratification. So that took no time at all. And not only is it taking off this kind of surface where it's blotchy, but it's also smoothing down the piece. So it's going to take the paint and the primer and all of that well. It does come with like these foam pads, which are so amazing as well because it helps it so that pad's kind of on its last little leg here, but I'm just going to use it because it's what I have out. But these pads, if you can see, will go around these corners and these edges really well. And this one doesn't really have any sanding. It's kind of worn. But if you can see here, when you push on it, it kind of just molds around these curves, which is a game changer. if you have flipped any furniture that's got, you know, curvy legs, you know, or things that you need to get around, which I will have to scuff sand these legs as well. Just to, I mean, you can see the finish. Can you guys see that? The finish is like half on, half off here as well. And then like in here, how it's just different levels and curves and stuff. This padded foam thing will get around it so easily. I'm wondering if I can do, let's see. Let me try this. It is an investment, but I will tell you that it will pay for itself. I mean, especially if you're doing a lot of pieces like this and if you're selling them, the amount of time you save with good tools and tools that work so well. It's like a game. It's just the time. It's the time that you save. Let me just try this. It's gonna be loud here again. Other sanding pads and stuff. I just don't have them here, so I'm trying to use this to show you how it just kind of molds around the curves and things. You guys see? And now I just thought, so some pieces you will find that have this where the, you know, the finish is like this, but there will actually be different layers, almost like it's thicker. This one is not like that. It's smooth from like here to like where I've sanded. But I want to take that off. If it's going to come off this easily, I want to take that all off and just have it all look like this. Down here, when you're scuff sanding, it's literally, this is just like the wrong piece to share this. But you don't want, it's not like you have to take the entire finish down when you're scuff sanding. A scuff sand is just, it's just that. You are just trying to scuff it up, if that makes sense, because you want your product to, why do I feel like I am not, am I live, you guys? Have I done all of this and I'm not live? Okay. So with a scuff sand, I might have went off again. Anyway, you don't need to take down the full, down to the full, the finish off. You just want to scuff sand it. But like with this piece, you can see that this is not going to take me long at all. Right here, it's not going to take me long at all to get this off because you can kind of see in here, and you may not be able to see this in the video, but there's just kind of this, it's kind of like this same thing up here that it's going to be easy to take off and just give me that extra smooth finish. Now, before I had this sander, I would use a rotary sander, which is great. I still have it and I still use it for some projects. But to do legs like this, it was too powerful. And so it would just, it would not look like this to scuff sand it. And so I would have to do this by hand. And that takes forever. And it's like, it's hard work. Your arms are killing you in the end, depending on how your piece is taking the sanding. But this has just been a game changer since I've had it. It's what I grab all the time now. But so yeah, so I will definitely, I will do all this. This will take under 20 minutes for me to get all the legs and everything done, and ready for paint. I will probably use the 3-in-1 paint where it's got the primer, the paint, and the top coat all in one, just because, hello, it's 3-in-1. It'll be a quick process then. But yeah, this table, I couldn't believe it was still there, but this kind of finish scares a lot of people off. Obviously it wasn't like this. I've done all this sanding, but it was blotchy. You can see, it did look like this. And so people kind of scare away from those, but this is totally an easy fix. There was no, veneer peeling up. The legs aren't broken. So it's definitely a great piece to flip, but it just needs a little bit of TLC. So, okay, wait, I see people. I love that sander. Yes, Claudia, it's the best. Good morning. Didn't get notified for this. Just happened to see you. Kim, I'm sorry. Do you have notifications turned on? I don't know what it is. Yes. This is the sander. It hooks up to your shop vac. So it's got a long hose, and then you let them know what shop vac you have, and they'll get you the right fittings so that it fits right onto your shop vac. And so you turn on the shop vac, and then you turn this on, and all that sanding dust goes into your shop vac. It's a game changer just for that alone too, because I can work inside when it's like too cold, or it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be raining here soon. Kim, you have a chair like this that looks like this? Yeah, this sander, it's just, I'm starting to do this table. And it's working so well. So I thought I'd get on here quick and show you. I think something's up with Facebook. Your sander is women powered, meaning you do it by hand? Done many of those by hand. What do I use to keep table from wobbling? Do you mean, Claudia, do you mean when I am sanding? Nothing. I just have it down on this is an old tablecloth that I'm using kind of as a drop cloth underneath it. I don't really need anything underneath there right now because I'm not painting or anything. Okay, let me see. Does anybody have any other questions? Claudia, I left all of the information for the sander in the description. So it's all in the description. It's a serve prep. Okay, so yeah, so I just wanted to share, since it's so loud, I would just continue doing this to show you guys. For those of you that just hopped on. So you turn on your shop vac first, and then you're gonna turn on the sander, and you just hold this lever in, and there's a minus to kind of turn it down. Can you tell the difference? And I'm just gonna push the button. So it's just kind of like the speed that you're looking for. That's definitely too slow for me. I'll show you how satisfying this is. It's taking it right off. And I actually have the pad on this, which I normally wouldn't. But it's taking that rough finish right off. So I'm getting it down to the bare, which you don't have to. I am going to paint this. But since it's coming up so easily, I'm just going to take that all off. So like I said, I have the pad on this right here. And this pad, it comes with so many different sanding options. This one's really worn, so this one's kind of, so I have a sanding sheet on here. But then with these pads that they come with, they're so pliable, so they bend around in the curves really well. This sheet's not gonna do that as well, but this pad that's on it, if you guys can see that, helps it bend around the curves and stuff when you've got curvy furniture like that to do. Claudia, hands down, it sure beats. See, that's just the thing, and I've learned the hard way. I've learned, you know, in the beginning I was doing everything by hand. My mom has done this stuff like literally back in the day by hand, like sanding everything by hand. I mean, with the rotary sander, I mean, I was fine. But then when I found this, it just is so much better for these curves and these small details. And you're not, because the rotary sander is so, what do I want to say, like fast and rough sometimes, so that you're just, it just damages the legs sometimes. And so this, there's more control. It's not as abrasive. There's just different options and things that you can put on it to make it work so much better. Claudia, I didn't mean to do that. I love instant gratification. It's kind of like when you are taking off wallpaper and it actually comes off, or chipping off tile or something and it comes off so easily. Oh, Claudia, so that's like a whole nother, we have actually, I want to say I might on YouTube have a post or a video about that. So she's asking, I have an old table that is wobbly but beautiful, wondering how to make it more sturdy. So there's, without seeing it, without seeing like underneath the legs, what they look like, without knowing your DIY skills, Matt and I have learned a lot over the years, and there's a lot more now that we would pick up that we never would have before, just because through trial and error, we've learned a lot. But, you know, if any of your legs are split, like that's probably not a good thing, but sometimes it's just up where the legs are connected to the top. There could just be some screws loose. There's also little like triangle blocks on some of the tables, that triangle wood blocks. I'm sure there's a name for them, but they go right underneath the top and they're right by the legs, that those could be missing, or you could add those. Matt has even, you know, if it's a table that we're going to use in our home, he's even used like metal L brackets depending on the piece and the legs. So it just kind of, it just depends on your piece. But there are definitely things like chairs that have legs, you know, where you will be sitting in it. I do have a couple of chairs that are just decorative, but like you just don't want any split legs unless like you're really like know how to fix them without. Oh my gosh, Claudia, you're standing today all by hand redoing a house trim. May the force be with you. Oh my goodness, that would be. Veronica, you don't have to wear a mask while using. This is hooked up. All of this is hooked up into my shop vac tube. You know what I mean? So it's all the sanding dust is going into my shop vac as I use it, which is amazing. It's the joint, Claudia. Yeah, so there's certain things that you can do for that, just depending on what the piece. Yeah, Kim, I have many blog posts about that. And yes, so if you go to my website, mycreativedays.com, and just type in the search bar veneer, or and they should come up. They should come up on that. If you have a hard time finding it, let me know. But again, Kim, depending on what the veneer is, you know, there's 3 different ways that I like to fix veneer. So I'm either patching it, I'm either removing all of it. So I'm either patching it or I have to remove it all. And so there are 2 different ways that I like to remove it. Again, depending on the piece. Patching it is so easy if I've just got small areas, you know, and they're not like, because some veneer, you may have like a little chip here, but other veneer, it's like where the whole, like it's tearing all the way down through a piece or the side of a dresser or wherever it is. And so you have to remove more of it than like a patch job is not going to fix it, if that makes sense. So it just depends again. Oh, you just looked at the piece and it's missing a little triangle piece? Okay. So yeah, so that's like an easy fix. Super good. So Kim, I do a lot of that inside my private furniture flipping group. That's totally, I would love to have you in there. I would love to help you with your projects, but it's so hard when people, because I get so many people sending me those photos and things, they get lost with all the messages I get about everything. And so I wanted to make a private community for that so that I could help people more one-on-one. But it's definitely, and as you get more veneer pieces or pieces that are missing veneer, in the beginning, I would never pick up a piece that was missing veneer, chipped veneer, had no veneer, like it was all the way off. But now, if that's all that's wrong with a piece, I pick them up because it's so simple to fix. But you can go to my website and like I said, it should pop up for you the different ways to fix it. Okay, as always, if these videos are helpful, please share them. If you have any questions when you're watching later, let me know. If you do not see the little red live up here, you are watching it on replay. And if you have any questions watching it after you're watching this, let me know. Like I said, this is an investment, but if you are doing a lot of these projects, it will pay for itself in no time because it's going to save you so much time on these projects. So yeah, I'm going to continue. I could do this live, but it's just so loud and I can't, you probably can't hear me talking as I'm doing it, but okay, I'm going to hop off. I don't see any other questions. If you, like I said, come back and leave a question if you think of one. I'd be happy to help you, but I'm going to get this done and prepped and ready for paint. Maybe I'll come on and do the next steps and kind of share what I'm doing with this after I get there, once I get there. Okay, guys, have a great day.